Going. YouTube live, Kick live, Twitch live, alright, session, Bitrate, online, live. Happy Monday, what is up? Back to work. Let's get some book written. Alright, just checking the streams. Twitch is going. Kick is going. YouTube is going. Alright. Cool. The bitrate is super low for Twitch. YouTube's good though. Twitch is bad. Well, yeah, it's like 7,000 bits, but oh well. Maybe I can. Well, whatever. Okay, what I'm gonna do is close the windows. Now, nobody's in the chat, nobody's in the channel, and nobody's following. Or, nobody's watching. There's following, but no watching. Alright, close. And this guy. Alright, cool. Monday. Let's write a book. Mercenary, Reincarnated as a Chef. 3-book series by yours truly, Gabriel Rathwig. Let me turn this down for another second. Yeah. So, I am an author of such amazing titles as I Am Gamer, From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror, Tragic Kingdom, White Soul, Warrior Academy, Earth Online. And now I am working on a 3-book series for a publishing company called Athon Books. And this is the 3rd book in that series, Mercenary, Reincarnated as a Chef, by me, book 3. We are currently at 67,851 words. My books are all 100,000 words each. 1 second, let me switch the screen.
He went to celebrate.
And there. Let me switch this. Okie doke. Better. Okay. Alright, 100,000 words each. So I make them that way because that is an ideal size, I believe. Most books between 80 to 120,000 words. I think 100 is a good splitting the difference. It also gives me the ability to see exactly how my progress is going. Like, it's gamifying it. So if it's 100,000 words, 1,000 words is 1%. And when I'm at 100,000 words, I'm at 100%. So right now I'm at 67.851%. Every day the goal is 2,000 plus words. About 2,500 has been the goal. Today is the same. We'll do 2,500. That'll put us at 70. 302, I believe. Sorry, 52. 2,000 will put us at 69. 500 will put us at 70,352. Alright, cool. So today's total word count goal is 70,352. That'll get us to 70.3%. Pretty dope. That means if we continue at this pace, we'll be done with this book after today. Let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wait. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Saturday? Should be done by Saturday? Next Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, next Saturday. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Could write more, could write less. Anyway, what else? What else? What else? I guess it's been a few days. I'll give a quick recap of the story of Mercenary Reincarnated as a Chef. Books 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure are available on my Patreon, glrathwig.com. Patreon, glrathwig.com. I'm pretty sure. If not, they will be after this book's done. I'll post them in my Patreon for everybody to read early and before they're released. So, what else? Oh, yeah. I am an author streaming, not a streamer writing. So, I'm not a streamer. I don't care about streaming stuff. This is basically accountability. So, I have found, doing this for almost a month, that every day I do it, I hit my word goal. So, I think there just is something to the idea of somebody watching you, you know? Makes sense. What else? So yeah, that's exciting. Advertising, that's the other reason. I hate doing TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I hate having to do that stuff. So this is much easier for me because I have to write anyway. And talking into a camera when you have at least one person or two people or somebody watching you makes you not crazy, so that's cool. When I was living in Germany a few years ago, a year and a half ago, doing it by yourself makes you sound crazy. Oh, my dad's here. Okay, what else? What else? Tips. I was doing tips. So the first tip was pick a writing goal number, word count, write every day. The second tip was don't delete whatever you write, no matter what, even if it sucks, don't delete it. Go over, you can rewrite it, but don't delete it. I did that a lot. Those are two good ones. What's a good third tip? You are not that important. You are not a good writer, and you're gonna suck. It's okay. You suck at everything when you start. Just remember that. You suck at everything when you start, you get better. I think I said that in another thing, but that's a good tip. Just remember, you know, you're gonna get better. So who cares what anybody else says? Haters hate, right? Haters gonna hate. They are mostly going to do it because they're jealous. So that's that. Yeah, my dad's here. I'm gonna have to hang out with him for a moment. So I'm just gonna leave the stream on until he gets back. So I apologize if anybody's watching, but hey, let me unlock it. I gotta hang out with him. He's my dad, and you know I love him. Hey. Oh, okay. Keys are in it.
You could use a Tesla if you need it.
Oh, I'm working inside the truck. Just want to come in and go out.
I would go to the food bank and see if I can find some duck food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what
I just picked them off.
The camera's still good.
Oh yeah, the people you hit, Mike. Okay. See you later. Man. I don't even know what I was talking about. My little brother got me this. It's a Groot coffee mug. Cute. I don't know what happens, people, man. Getting old is rough. Like, that's crazy. So, Mercenary reincarnated as a chef. It's a, man. It's a story about a mercenary assassin named Diamond Lou. An aging mercenary assassin named Diamond Lou in his early 50s who was killed on a mission and isekai'd to a new world by a goddess. The catch is he doesn't really want to go because he's tired of killing. He just wants to die. But he's promised that he can be a chef, which is his dream from his before, and he's reborn in a new world as a 15-year-old boy. Man, I cannot think right now. I need 5 minutes. I'll be back in a minute. It's 10. I'll be back at like 11:05. Okay. Everything's okay. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Mercenary reincarnated as a chef. Book 1. When Diamond Lou, is reborn in another world, he finds that there is the world of Soul. He finds that the entire world's economy runs off of delving, which is going in and attacking monsters and basically looting resources from this giant tower that is so large and magical it appears everywhere in the world, no matter where you are. And so he has to fight. But deciding that he really doesn't want to, Lou escapes, meets his first companion Ragnar, a magical griffin. They flee together during their escape. After their escape, they meet their third companion, a bonobo gorilla beast man named Diddy, and he travels with them. Then they meet their fourth companion, a giant white alpha dire wolf named Blanca Fang, and they all travel together to a city called Helter Skelter. This city is like a free city. There's a thing called the Imperium, which basically runs the whole tower process, looting, giving out power, all that stuff. This city of Helter Skelter is like a city that's not run by the Imperium, and Lou and his companions flee there to open a restaurant or a bed and breakfast restaurant inn. Once there, they meet through a series of events. They meet the mayor. He helps them out. They open their restaurant, but things happen. Lou and his companions end up having to delve the tower, and that ends book 1. Book 2, they train. They delve the tower. They start their restaurant. Building their restaurant becomes a thing, and then stuff happens. And then in book 3, which is the book we're on now, they're about to open their restaurant in the they're celebrating because Lou has to go to a Christmas ball, and then while they're celebrating, there is an outbreak of monsters from the tower. They attack the city of Helter Skelter and every other city on Sol, they find out, and Lou and his companions and some new friends and people escape the Christmas ball together to end up at his yet to be opened restaurant inn, and when they're there, they defend against the monsters and set up a counter attack. When they find out that some of their allies are still alive, and they figure out that the world's under attack, Lou and his friends devise a plan to reconquer territory around the restaurant inn they own, because when they own territory, they get magical bonuses to their abilities, strengths, magics, all that. So yeah, last time they had just stuff had just happened. There was some surprise attacks. They defended pretty well. There was some relationship stuff, and then at the end of yesterday's stream, Lou did the different teams went out to attack the surrounding territory around their restaurant inn to take it over and add it to their controlled territory. So yeah, that's where we are now. Okay, let me read. Let's see. We are up to date with Grammarly, so I'll read a couple paragraphs and we'll get started. And once again, the total is 70,352. Let me check real quick the other streams, make sure they're doing all right before we start writing. And just checking. Okay, yep, that's good. Good. And let me just check on Kick real quick. And
Odds you run into it's
Twitch.
insane.
Dashboard. Good. Okay. Alright, cool. So, Kick and everything is good to go. Alright. Mercenary, Reincarnated as Chef, Book 3, continuation. Let's go. The first part of the updated strategy involved annexing all the adjacent roadways and structures. Lou's team was approaching a set of New York brownstone-like buildings on the eastern side of the place, next to the recently annexed plaza. Why are we moving so slowly and being so quiet? Pavlar, the Bear-Man Barbarian, asked in a shouting whisper. Marigold the Cleric slapped him on the back of his... Marigold the Cleric, comma... No, that's what Grammarly's for. Marigold the Cleric slapped him on the back of his fur-covered head. Then glared at him before making the shh gesture. We are sneaking up to the building to surprise the tribe of the force of Nagas that has taken residence, the cleric whispered. But Lou noted the damage had already been done. A large, snake-like looking humanoid shadow appeared and then disappeared as the sounds of something slithering and scraping across the stone floor, echoing out to them. Cover's blown, Lou called, summoning, tossing his pre-summoned grenades with as he summoned a pair of grenades with the pins already pulled, and tossed them ahead of the team. He dangled the ovular explosives to bounce around the corner, to bounce off the wall and go around the corner where the shadow had disappeared, which they obligingly did. The booming thunder and sibilant screams of Nagas echoing out after the two explosions gave Lou a warm, tingly feeling inside. As he summoned sans pins, okay, that's good. Cover's blown. Okay, yeah. Who's the bear god? Let's think of a bear god. Who is this barbarian? Who's the barbarian calling for? Let's think. Bear, barbarian. For the great grizzly bear in this. Feel my wrath. Pavlov roared. His huge, muscular legs pumping and launching him ahead of Lou. As if he'd channeled Usain Bolt himself. Lou watched for a moment, stunned, not quite believing that something as big as the barbarian could move as fast as he was, even though he was seeing it with his own eyes. Okay. The moment passed as the screams of wounded Naga, I wonder if I can not copyright, Naga was joined by Pavlov's roars and what? The addition of Naga backup. Mickey and Micah, not yet. Marigold had tried to hadn't even tried to stop her Pavlov, having been a companion in his tower delving party for many years. She knew in exercise, in futility, when she saw one. She knew in exercise and futility. That's enough. That's enough. From long personal experience. The cleric gave Lou a sheepish grin, but hurried by him to support the barbarian. A moment later, her grunts and swears had joined Pavlov's unintelligible roaring shouting. Mickey and Micah paused as they reached Lou's side and gave him a questioning look. He shrugged, and the three of them hurried after the other two. The next 30 minutes was a study in chaos and outright bedlam around the entire perimeter of the place. $68K. Not bad. Let's go. Let's get to 69. Stream good, stream good. Alright. Let me check. Good. Okay. Lou's team wasn't the only one that had engaged the enemy. All the other teams were in the midst of combat. But while that would normally be a... Well, no, that's not good. Captain Griffith's team had launched a assault from above his team, consisting his 3 dragons and their riders. Let's think. His 3 dragons and their riders what? Keeping low to the 50-yard ceiling that was as far as the place's magical bonus extended. Captain Griffith's team had launched an assault from above, his 3 dragons and their riders keeping low to the 50-yard ceiling that was as far as the place's magical bonus could magical boundary extended. That was that had been factored in and was more than enough. It was a little bit of a cheat that the place's magical influence extended into the neighboring territory. But Lou and the others were sorry, I shouldn't clear my throat into the mic. Were veteran warriors and welcomed any advantage in a fight to the death. Only a fool would do otherwise. There was time for honor and all that garbage when one's life wasn't on the line. Okay. There was a not so thin line between courage and foolhardiness. And in Lou's experience, that line was... Wait, there was a thin line. That line was... Wait. And in Lou's experience, when that line was crossed, the lesson was learned too late because the student was most likely dead. Well, that's most likely no longer among the living. Okay. Cruising along, cruising along. This is page 3, right? 1, 2, no, 2, chapter 23, page 2, okay. Okay, let's see. A veteran didn't become a veteran by being a dumbass. Lou's first sergeant, his first day of boot camp. The lesson had stuck. The leader of the Dragon Squadron welcomed the advantage with open arms. And a grin lit his and a bullpine. Grin lit was stretched across every member of his team, elf and dragon alike, as they hit the rooftop of their target. A what? Large walled compound that had a... Wait, let's see. The largest territory that was adjacent. Wait, the largest. Wait, their target. The largest structure next. Oops. Next. That was an accident. Okay. There we go. Alright. The territory with the largest total area that was next to the place. It was a suite of buildings that surrounded a large open air courtyard that was as big as the total area of the place. And that included the plaza they'd just annexed. Though it was large in area, the structures were pretty flimsy and posed no real threat to the dragons and their riders. It was the gathering of the many huge earth golems that were lounging about in the courtyard. If Lou had... Wait. Earth golems were extremely difficult monsters for most for almost anyone to deal with. Anyone except a dragon, who anyone except the dragon. As they were immune, they were not immune, but they were highly protected. What's the word? They were highly think. They're highly they had a natural protection? No. Immunity? No. What's the word? Natural... Gosh, what's the word? It's not immune, it's not affinity, it's they had a natural, like a watch isn't waterproof. Resistance, thank you. Resistance to physical and magical attacks. But the combination of both, period. It took the combination of both attacks, types of attacks, to take out golems of any element. The Dragon Riders were specifically suited to this task. After the moment they were in range, the dragons unleashed their breath attacks, and the battle was joined. The earth golems roared and tried to roar so loudly it was like an avalanche in the wild. But the dragons and their riders were magically resistant, as well as extremely mobile. They were gone from the golem's vision the moment they they attacked. It was like shooting fish in a barrel. The other team's targets were not as difficult as Captain Griffiths, one set of structures containing goblins and another kobolds, and a third more dire rats. Lou's team, Nagas and Captain Griffiths Earth golems were the toughest nuts to crack, and the other teams had finished conquering their targets and completing their missions well before the other two teams. 68,522. Woohoo! Let's see, that's another 1,800 words. Keep it going. Oh, man. Time. 51 minutes. Okay. All right. Diddy's team. Well, no. Blanca Fang's team left 2 members to make sure there were no counterattacks, and quickly left to assist Lou. Diddy's team did the same, but instead of heading to assist, the others moved on to their next target, next mission, as they had no I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back. That was one of those, like, oh, I gotta blow my nose right now and sneeze. Okay. They had no injuries and full magical and full mana. The Bonobos team wasn't alone, as... Oh, there's my cat. Hi. What's up? Okay. What's up, buddy? Oh, say hi. 20 años. How you doing? What's up? Yeah, I see you, pal. Well, you can lay over here in this chair and leave me alone. Stay there. Nope. Well. He's 20, so I just feed him whenever he's hungry, you know? As most of the other teams did the same. By the time Lou's and Captain Griffith's teams had secured their target areas, the other teams had annexed two or three territories. 2 or 3 targets. Messages had flooded to Lou's HUD, but he ignored them as his team finished policing up the Naga bodies, and annexing the building. The brownstones, they'd taken over. The sun was going down by the time Lou and his team were finished, so he sent out a series of messages telling all the teams to stand down and finish what they were doing, to finish whatever they were doing, and return to the place. Main building for dinner and debriefing. He also made sure to inform all the team leaders to leave at least 2 team members as behind they'd for guard duty. They'd be relieved in a couple of hours. Just leave them for guard duty. With that settled, Lou followed his orders and left Marigold and Pavlov, who volunteered to stay, then headed back to the place. Derpy derp. Well, now what? Let's think. Oh, okay. So we're gonna have 3 more pages to the end of this chapter, so we are at an hour. 1 hour and 1 minute. We're at 68,700. Not quite 1,000 words. Ah well, we'll have to catch up. My cat's screaming. Give me a second.
Come on. What are you doing?
Yeah, you can sit here. Nice. Just relax, buddy. Wanna go out? Wanna go out? Take outside. Come on. Okay, cat. Okay, cat. Okay, cat. Here we go. Lou and his team beat Diddy. Were the first back, so he told the Tanukis to go clean up, while he headed to the kitchen to prepare dinner. He wasn't going to let Diddy and his team push him out of his own kitchen. You going out too? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Normally I wouldn't even mess with the cats if I could, but the litter box is in here, so I'd leave the door shut, but I mean, obviously nobody cares, but... No, sir. Not on his watch. He breathed in the comforting air of the culinary environment as he walked through the kitchen doors. One thing he could say was that Diddy and his team were pretty damn clean. Also, everything was in its proper place, just like he had taught the bonobo. There was nothing more annoying than going into one's job and finding their tools of their trade and their workspace scattered about randomly, and their workspace left a mess, left a filthy mess. There was absolutely nothing more annoying. Like, seriously, nothing. Oh, well. I guess. In the history of mankind... I mean, I'm sure there was, but, you know, for the paragraph, we're just going to go with it. For the paragraph, we're just going to go with it. Okay. Lou walked the kitchen and checked what ingredients were available in the coolers and dry storage. Though he was pretty sure he knew, well, even though he was the one who kept them stocked, it was an old habit. He checked the plethora of messages as he did so, partitioning a portion of his mind off to read the what? Updates, while the other continued meal planning. Majority of the messages informed him of the increase in magical and the territory size of the places, total area, and the increase in mana and magical power. There were also two new abilities that were gained due to the capture of two specific areas. those areas were a blacksmith, forge, and shop, along with a what? Herbalist with land for growing herbs. Gotta think. Let's think. Let's get to 69. 69, man. Let's see. The former and the latter. The former had been conquered by Lou and his team. No, by the guild master and his team, which they'd volunteered for as one of the adventurers guild teachers. The sorcerer, no, the cleric, the no, was a blacksmith by trade. Goldfarb, a dwarven warrior, was a blacksmith by default, as all of his clan were and had been for as long as they could remember. Okay. He'd been left behind with one of the other guild members, the sorcerer trainer that had been the sorcerer trainer who had been Lou's teacher. To see if they could get the forge going. Judging by the messages Lou had read, their success had been minimal. That was because Lou hadn't yet accepted the new territories into a mistake he quickly remedied by selecting the accept button, accept option. A second later, a flood for all the conquered areas. Alright, 69, 065. That leaves 1,300. Let's go. Not bad, son. Not bad. Oh, man. Let's check. Let's check. How is YouTube's doing? Kick's good. Twitch is good. YouTube's good. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Closing up. Good to go. A flood of messages came to lose HUD, and he added them to the queue while focusing the rest of his attention on the meal. Well, turning his attention to the meal. Turn attention back to meal prep. He had put out a standing order for the teams to collect as many bodies and other what was normally considered garbage for him to use as resources, and to make magic enhancing meals with. This was possible because he wasn't the only one with an internal storage. All the other team leaders had one, but theirs were magical bags that could only hold so much. Each team was tasked with bringing all the looted resources back to the kitchen for Lou to handle. He began pulling bodies of Nagas out of his internal storage and prepping them for butchering while brainstorming a meal plan. What type of dish to make? After eating the orcs, which tasted just like Kubota pork, his aversion to eating humanoids had somehow become a very distant thought. Almost esoteric thought. Oh, Dad's back. Oh, hopefully he doesn't hit his Cybertruck. He hit his Cybertruck on something yesterday. Now he's probably gonna fucking hit it now. He's having trouble. I think he'll be all right. Looked like humanoid fish people, like a combination of person, fish, and snake, almost eel-like, but with arms and the upper torso of a human. Almost eel-like. They had the arms and upper torso of a human, the head of a snake, and the lower body of a... The lower body of a snake and the head of a that was a cross between a fish and eel. Very ugly. Hold on a second.
You out of here?
It's not my kid. Probably would.
Do, that's my dad again. He didn't hit anybody. Woohoo! Very ugly to look at, but the smell was pleasant. Like fresh caught tuna. Lou had spent quite a lot of time in Japan and did a short stint on a tuna boat. There was nothing quite like fresh caught tuna and slicing a piece off right after the catch. The most amazing piece of sashimi that Lou had ever had in his entire life had been during that time on the fishing boat, tuna boat. Of his entire life during his time on the while on the tuna boat. These Naga gave off that exact scent. In fact, Lou he paused a moment as he stared down at the Naga cadaver on the butcher block. On the butcher's table, then did a quick look around, satisfied that he was still alone, summoned a fillet knife with his creation magic and scan the body for the perfect place to take a taste. Lou had the most amazing pieces of sashimi, pieces of sashimi, Lou had the most amazing ever while on that tuna boat. That tuna boat, these Naga gave off that exact scent. In fact, he paused a moment as he stared down at the Naga cadaver on the butcher's table. then looked around quickly. Satisfied he was still alone, he summoned a fillet knife with his creation magic, and satisfied that he was still alone, he summoned a fillet knife with his creation magic and scanned the body for the perfect place to taste the monster's flesh. His eyes were drawn to the spot directly between the torso and the lower body. It was where the monster went from humanoid to mostly fish. Let's think. Oh, snap. Less than 1,000 words to go. Cruising along. Oh, how's everything going? Views good, blah, blah, blah. Everything good. Okay. Let's go. 1 hour and 33 minutes. Pie scene. Lou bent down and made a couple expert cuts, then peeled away the scaly outer layer and retrieved a ruby-colored section of meat, very similar in appearance and texture to raw sushi grade tuna toro. That's the best cut of the tuna. It's fatty underbelly. Here goes nothing, he murmured, before placing the succulent firm flesh into his pie hole. And began chewing. The burst of flavor hit him immediately. The sensations of salt, fat, sweetness, and the firmness of the flesh being just the right consistency bound everything into the perfect bite. Oh my God, that's delicious. he spoke in a barely audible whisper. But didn't pause and started to the Naga up into using his years of knowledge and expertise as a sushi aficionado. During his time in Japan, Liu had trained under a famous sushi chef as a cover to assassinate a government official that was very hard to reach. Liu had worked at the underground sushi restaurant for over a year, just washing rice so he'd be in position to take out the target. Ooh. Ooh, man, that was a good one. Whew. While he only made the rice, Liu was a quick study and an apt student. He made sure to watch the expert sushi chef like a hawk and was able to ascertain the man's techniques and make them his own. Liu had practiced them for years in private, honing them for personal enjoyment and for his job. There was a surprising corollary between assassination and the butchery of animals. He used his years of knowledge and expertise as a sushi aficionado and had the entire Naga body broken down in less than 5 minutes. His new physique aiding him immensely in his task. He was able to move more than 3 times faster than before, while being just as accurate with his cuts and slices. Okay, let's see. 69, 681. Almost there. Snap. I think I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and that leaves me with 400, 500, 600, 700. Less than 700 words. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more pages. Let's do a little bit more. Let's get to a little bit more. He admired his handiwork as he munched on another piece of ruby-colored naga meat. Then the idea of what to make for dinner came to him. Seared ahi tuna with what? Let's see. Okay. Okay. We're making seared ahi naga steaks. He cheered out loud. The doors to the kitchen rocked open as he spoke, and in walked Blanca Fang, the guild master and vice guild master, and the rest of the other team leaders. Diddy brought up, okay, let's just sit. What are you shouting about? Like a little pup in here, Demon Roo? The alpha dire wolf asked, strutting up and bumping Lou out of the way to see what he was up to. He was in too good of a mood, however, with how the missions went and with the delicious taste of the naga meat. I said, we're having seared ahi naga steaks. We are eating nagas? The guildmaster asked, stopping a few feet away and eyeing the butchered carcass warily. Hesitation radiating out of his entire demeanor. Oh, that looks amazing. Can I have a piece, Demon Brew? Please? Please? Did he beg? He did beg. Blanca Feng was already... mouth was already full to the brim, which was a good thing, as the words she tried to speak were just incoherent mumbles. Lou turned away from the beast girl and grabbed portions, few select portions of naga meat and tossed them around. Just try it. I promise it's delicious. I promise you won't regret it. He called, his grin never wavering. Everyone except Diddy and Blanca Feng hesitated and just holding the meat out at arm's length and looking at it dubiously. Oh my God. That is unbelievable. I've never had anything like it. It's almost better than fried chicken. Diddy moaned. Blanca Feng had mostly swallowed by now, and was mostly when she spoke, she could be understood. Mostly. Ha! Nothing is better than fried chicken. Nothing. She scoffed, reaching out for another large piece of naga. Lou smacked her hand with a instantly summoned wooden spoon, taking pleasure in the act, as it was just like, as if he was scolding a petulant child. Oh man, 356 to go. We are almost there. Oh, okay. Man, let me take 5 minutes and we'll finish up. I'm at 1 hour and 53 minutes. That's pretty good. I think if I just kept going straight, I'd probably be done at like 2 hours and change, but I already took breaks and stuff, so I'm not worried too much about it. Alright, we're back in 5, 12:45. I need coffee anyway. Okay, this is the end. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's knock this out. This is the end. Let's go, let's go. You've had enough. You can wait till dinner. Don't you have work responsibilities in the main dining room? Head server. Sorry. Blanca Fang snatched her hand back and gave Lou a wounded look, which just caused him to chuckle. Her look turned into a snarl, and then the Beast Girl spun and stomped out of the kitchen. Without looking back. The room watched her go, but said nothing. Everyone had spent enough time around the prickly alpha direwolf, and not for nothing, no one was in the mood for argument. Even Vice Guild Master Urza held her tongue. A feat in and of itself to those who knew her. Here goes nothing. The guild master growled before closing his eye and tossing the naga meat into his mouth. Once he did so, the others followed, and in moments the trepidation was replaced with moans and groans of food ecstasy. Monas and groanas. I told you all it was good. Lou bragged, then began shooing them all out of the kitchen, except Diddy, who he retained as his sous chef. How did I come? I forgot how to spell sous chef. I'm pretty sure you all have duties to attend to, just like Blanca Fang. Hold on a second. Not except Ragnar, who was out on patrol. Okay. Oh snap, 140 words. Let's do it. 50 words, 60 words, 160. Almost done 160. Let's go. 160. Let's go. Okay. The room emptied, and once they were alone, Lou and Diddy shared a grin, the kind that those who were super passionate about their hobbies, kind that those who were super could only share, and got to work. Lou went over the recipe he'd created in his mind as he sent it to Diddy via their internal messaging. Blackened, seared ahi naga. Think. Nagas are amphibious monster creatures and have their lives between in the water and the other half on land. By this duality of environment causes the flesh of the the duality of environment has caused the bodies of Nagas to develop in such a way that they can breathe above and below water. This quirk of evolution has resulted in the flesh of the Naga having a texture that is unlike almost any other creature. Their meat is highly prized around the world of Soul and is considered a rare delicacy. Period. By using this flesh in the recipe, bonuses to defense, to defense are as follows. Upgrade 2. That's the end for now. We'll come back to that. Look at that. Almost there. Upgrade to resistance. Resistance to penetration increased for 24 hours by 100%. Insert more messages. Holy moly! Those bonuses are even better than the fried demon imp. Diddy said with a whistle. Done! Yo, we done, son. 127 pages, 70,366 words. 2 hours, 9 minutes, lots of breaks. That is definitely 500 words a half hour, 1,000 words an hour. Alright, we are done for the day. Let me do a quick checking of the YouTubes and the Kick and the Twitch, and looks good, looks good. Let's go to the Kick. And we'll go to create dashboard, stream. Alright, thank you for watching, I appreciate it. And then I'll go to Twitch. Stream manager, boom, boom. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. And you guys have a great day. I am out of here. Dunzo. 12:55, not bad on a Monday. Tomorrow I will be starting a podcast with my buddy Dominic Mondesia. He's an author out in England. Check his books out. Dogs of War. Check him out on Amazon. Yeah, the podcast is going to be called Story Forge. We're going to tell a story like an old-time storyteller from scratch on the fly. It's going to be rough. Should be funny. We should be ridiculous. It's going to be really hard, but it should be fun. So anyway, yeah, tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Should be around then. And I'll be streaming earlier that day to do writing as well. Be writing some more. I got to get this book done. And other than that, if you like are interested, check out my books, Amazon.com, Gabriel Rathwig, glrathwig.com. I am Gamer, from Chef to Crafter to Conqueror. Mercenary, Reincarnated as a Chef is on my Patreon, books 1 and 2. Anyway, thank you so much. Adios.